You're sitting in a room full of people right now, or you were earlier today, and somehow you still felt completely alone. It doesn't make sense. There are bodies around you. There are voices. And yet something in your chest feels like you're the only person on Earth. That feeling has a name, but the real answer is far stranger than a name. Your loneliness isn't a flaw in your personality. It's an alarm, and it's one of the oldest alarms your body has ever built. Think about physical pain for a second. Your hand touches something hot. Pain fires instantly. You pull back before you even decide to. That system exists for one reason: to keep your body intact. Now here's the part almost nobody tells you. Your brain treats social disconnection using nearly the same circuitry. Neuroscientist Naomi Eisenberger ran an experiment where people played a simple ball-tossing game inside a brain scanner. At some point, the other players stopped throwing the ball to them. Just stopped. No explanation. And the brain regions that lit up were the same regions that activate during physical injury. Being excluded didn't just feel bad. It registered biologically as harm. Why would your brain do that? Why would being left out feel anything like breaking a bone? Because as far as your nervous system is concerned, it is the same category of threat. Not the same intensity, the same category. Your body doesn't have a separate filing system for emotional danger and physical danger. It has one system, built over millions of years, and it just labels things safe or not safe. Somewhere along the way, being cast out of the group got filed under not safe, right next to fire, right next to falling, right next to the dark. Here's where it gets stranger. For most of human history, being cut off from your group wasn't an inconvenience. It was a death sentence. Your ancestors didn't survive the Ice Age, the predators, the famine, or the long nights alone. They survived because of the group around them. A human without a tribe couldn't outrun a lion, couldn't gather enough food alone, couldn't keep watch through the night without eventually falling asleep and never waking up. Imagine one of your ancestors, tens of thousands of years ago, somehow separated from the group at dusk. No fire, no lookout, no one to warn them about the rustle in the grass. Every sound becomes a threat. Every shadow becomes a predator. Their heart rate climbs. Their muscles tense. Not because anything has attacked them yet, but because their body already knows what solitude, out there, usually meant. Now pair that with something even harder to hear. A landmark analysis led by researcher Julianne Holt-Lunstad, combining data from over 300,000 people across dozens of studies, found that chronic loneliness and social isolation carry a mortality risk comparable to smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Read that again. Not lonely as in sad. Lonely as in dangerous to your actual lifespan. Your ancestors' alarm system was right about something your modern life keeps forgetting. Connection was never optional. It was infrastructure. Think about what that word actually means. Infrastructure isn't decoration. It's the thing holding everything else up, invisibly, until it's gone. Roads are infrastructure. You don't think about them until one collapses. Connection worked the same way for your ancestors. Nobody sat by the fire consciously thinking, this social bond is extending my lifespan. They just felt calmer near others, and safer, without ever needing to know why. The biology did its job quietly, the way infrastructure always does, right up until the moment it's missing and everything built on top of it starts to shake. So why does it feel worse now than ever, even though you are more connected than any human in history? Because your alarm was built for a specific kind of connection. Small tribes, maybe 50 to 150 people, a number popularized by anthropologist Dunbar, based on the size of human social groups sustainable by our brains. Faces you knew, voices you recognized, eye contact, shared fires, shared meals, physical presence that your nervous system could actually verify as safety. Now think about your phone. Hundreds of contacts, group chats, notifications, likes. None of it verifies anything to your ancient alarm system. Your nervous system doesn't register a text message the way it registers someone sitting beside you. It doesn't register a like the way it registers someone's hand on your shoulder. So the alarm keeps ringing, quietly, constantly, underneath the noise of constant digital contact. You can have 500 online friends and still trigger the same ancient warning your ancestors felt when they were separated from the tribe at nightfall. That's the trap. You're drowning in contact and starving for connection, and your body knows the difference even when your calendar doesn't. Think about how strange this would look to one of your ancestors. Imagine trying to explain to someone from a small hunting and gathering band that in the future, a person could be surrounded, at every waking hour, by the faces and voices of hundreds of people and still feel like no one would notice if they disappeared. They wouldn't understand it. Not because they were simpler than you, because their alarm system was calibrated for a world where surrounded by faces and surrounded by safety were always the same thing. Yours is calibrated for that same world. It just happens to be operating inside a completely different one. Here's the part that reframes everything. If loneliness is an alarm, then it isn't something to silence with more scrolling, more noise, more performative contact. An alarm isn't solved by muting it. It's solved by fixing the actual danger it's warning you about. Your ancestors didn't get relief from isolation by watching other tribes from a distance. They got relief by rejoining the fire, by being seen, by being physically, attentively, undividedly present with another person. And this is where the research becomes almost hopeful. Studies on social bonding consistently show that quality of connection matters more than quantity. A single deep conversation can lower stress markers more effectively than an evening of shallow socializing with a crowd. Your nervous system isn't looking for an audience. It's looking for a witness. One person, fully present, is enough to quiet an alarm that's been ringing for 200,000 years. This is worth sitting with, because it means the fix was never about becoming more popular or busier or more visible online. Your ancestors didn't need 100 allies to feel safe. They needed a few people who would notice if they went missing. That's a strangely small bar, and it's one almost anyone can clear if they stop mistaking the appearance of connection for the thing itself. Cacioppo's later work made a point worth repeating. Loneliness isn't simply the absence of people nearby. It's the perceived absence of people who would come looking for you. Two people can sit in identical rooms, surrounded by an identical number of others, and one feels held while the other feels invisible. The difference isn't the room. It's whether either of them believes, somewhere underneath conscious thought, that someone out there would notice their absence. There's one more piece worth knowing, because it changes how you might treat the feeling the next time it shows up. Researchers studying stress recovery have found that physical presence itself, not conversation, not activity, just being near another calm, trusted person, can lower the body's threat response. Your nervous system, it turns out, is constantly scanning the people around you for one piece of information. Am I safe with them? When the answer is yes, your heart rate settles a little, your breathing slows a little, almost without your noticing. That response evolved for a world of shared caves and shared fires, and it still runs quietly in the background of every room you walk into today. That's why a phone call can help, but rarely fixes it completely. Why a text back can bring relief, but only for a moment. Your ancient alarm system isn't built to be soothed by information. It's built to be soothed by presence. It wants a body in the room, a voice you trust nearby, eyes that would notice if you didn't come back tomorrow. Everything else is a workaround, sometimes a good one, but a workaround all the same. So the next time that hollow feeling shows up in a crowded room, or in the middle of an endless scroll through other people's lives, understand what it actually is. It is not weakness. It is not a personality problem. It is your oldest survival system doing exactly what it was designed to do, using tools built for a world of firelight and small tribes to warn you about a world of screens and crowded silence. Your body isn't malfunctioning. It's remembering. It's still trying to walk you back to the fire, even though the fire looks completely different now. So you're sitting in a room full of people or scrolling through hundreds of familiar faces on a screen, and somehow you still feel like the only person on Earth. Now you know why. That feeling isn't proof that something is wrong with you. It's proof that something ancient inside you is still working exactly as it should, still waiting for you to come back to the fire.